right, so we're here with Benson Henderson. He's the 2012 Fighter of the Year and lightweight champion of the UFC. So, Ben, you've obviously learned mixed martial arts. How do you manage to combine all those martial arts? Because I've been told that some discipline is quite different from the other in terms of building the strength, whether in the foot or the arm or the punches. How do you manage it?
That's really kind of the hard part of mixed martial arts. It is mixed martial arts. There are several different facets that go into it. You have your Western style boxing, your traditional Muay Thai, your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, your American style wrestling. You have your more traditional martial arts, your karate, Kempo, Judo. Some guys use Kung Fu, some guys use Taekwondo. So there's a lot of stuff that go into mixed martial arts. It kind of is what you pick and choose what you're good at, what you like, what you want to put into your game, and then try and just mix it up and combine them. Be able to go from one to the other in a fluid, smooth, fashion. Like be able to switch from your Western style boxing to your Muay Thai into your wrestling into your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. That's the hard part, is combining all of it and making the transition from one to the other quick and smooth and seamless.
Okay, so how do you decide on which discipline you want to use when you're taking out an enemy in the ring?
To that, I would say deciding which to use is, for myself personally, I want to be better at everything than my opponent. So if he's a good boxer, I want to be a better boxer than he is. If he's a good wrestler, I want to be a better wrestler than he is. But to what you want to do is I want to capitalize on your weaknesses. If you and I are going to face off against each other, I think you're probably going to weight class above me, but if you and I are going to face off against each other and say you're not the greatest jiu-jitsu guy on the ground, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to the ground. Say we're gonna face off, and you are not very good stand-up wise. You're not very good boxing or Muay Thai standing up. You're great on the ground though. Guess what? I'm not gonna let you take me down, and I'm gonna stay standing, and I'll beat you. I'll beat you in your weak point. That's kind of the crux of MMA. You gotta find that weak point, and you gotta exploit it.
Do you think that MMA is a good place to vent out, or is venting out will not gain a contender or anything?
Venting out in what manner? In what way?
Sometimes it gets emotional for the viewers. Yeah.
As far as venting out, it is good. It's good for MMA that we have fans who are passionate and who get worked up about MMA fight. And it is good for fighters. Fighters get worked up about their fights. But there's a time and place for everything, and you have to do it in the right manner, in the right fashion, not get too worked up. If you get too worked up, doesn't come across the right way. You'll say something that you didn't really mean to say, or you'll say it in a way that you didn't mean to say it. So it's all about getting worked up in the right manner, in the right way, and not letting it take you overboard.
So, in your opinion, what's the proper age for a child, let's say, to learn martial arts? And can someone be too old to start learning martial arts?
I'll take that second question first. I don't think anyone's ever too old to learn martial arts. I think martial arts is great age-wise to get in shape, and you learn something. Why not learn, instead of going to the gym and running on the treadmill for an hour a day, why not go into the gym and learn Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Why not go into the gym and learn Muay Thai? You're getting not only a workout for your body, getting in shape, but you're also using your brain. You're learning something. You're going to have something to show for it. You're getting an education. So I like that a lot, for no matter how old you are, what age you are. As far as what age to start martial arts, I actually do like martial arts itself as a discipline for kids. It gives kids, I feel, a certain sense of discipline. It helps them with commitment. It helps them in a lot of different ways. It gives them a way to vent. Also, if kids have a problem with anger issues, that sort of stuff, it gives them a proper avenue to express that. But I don't actually like MMA for kids. I like karate, I like taekwondo, I like wrestling, or Kempo, or Judo, or Tai Chi, or Kung Fu, or whatever. Yes, I like those focused kind of martial arts. singularly by themselves, but I don't like mixed martial arts for kids. I think you need to have a kid do Taekwondo for 10 years, or have them do wrestling for 10 years, or have them do any one for a while. And then after they get to like 18, 19, then they can start doing mixed martial arts.
All right. So here's a question: how would you convince parents out there that MMA can be a career, especially for their kids? They can earn a living with it.
I think just to show that MMA is a legitimate, job you can have, a legitimate career is, like the proof is in the pudding. There's how many fighters? 400 fighters in the UFC right now from all over the world. There's fighters from Sweden in the UFC. There's fighters from China in the UFC. There's fighters from Korea in the UFC. And all of these guys have MMA fighting as their career, and they made it to the highest level. Well, you can have a MMA as your career, and you don't have to even make it to the UFC. There's a lot of guys who have it as a career, and they never quite made it to the UFC. But they still enjoyed a nice long career, 10 years, 12 years career, doing what they love. And that's the most important thing, as a parent. Don't you want your kids doing something they love and making money, having fun doing that? So the proof is in the pudding. There's plenty of people all over the world who compete at the highest level in the UFC as a career, and there's a lot of guys who compete not in the UFC. They didn't make it to the highest level, but still have a career doing MMA.
So probably last question: what comes into your mind whenever the match is about to start? First thing that comes into mind.
I think for me, what comes into my mind going into a fight, walking into the cage, actually is nothing that comes into my mind. My mind actually kind of clears out. I don't really think about anything. I'm focused on my task at hand, but my mind kind of empties. I don't have any like singular conscious thought. Oh, that leaf is green, or oh, the announcer said this wrong or pronounced this wrong or whatever. My mind is kind of clear, kind of blank. I'm just focused on the general task at hand and getting my hand raised.